Royce Laurie, and welcome to Cool Folks Who Love to Bachata. Yeah. Damn, those people can clap very fast. They're like, "Da, da, 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 da." I don't know what they're drinking, but anyway. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to another live segment of Cool Folks Love the Bachata, live with members from all over the world are going live with me. And I am super blessed. Okay, guys. This is season number 3. And Facebook has allowed me to continue doing this. You know, I started out doing this like at the beginning of this year, and then Facebook had a talk with me, and they're like, "Roswell, this ain't gonna work. Dancers are dancers. They don't talk. All they do is dance. People are not gonna buy that." I'm like, "Yes, they will. They'll talk. I know that because they like me. They will talk." So I decided to continue doing this, and the ratings were up, and we continued into the spring. People are like, "Do more, do more. We want to hear the dancers talk. We want to know what they do when they're not dancing or DJing or performing." And then Facebook and Instagram and social media say, "The fall season is here. You got to continue doing this, Roswell." And I'm like, "Okay, so let's do it." So, guys, I am honored. I am honored to go live with you guys. It's a learning experience. I always say, it's one thing to look at a flyer or look at a photo or a picture of someone, and that's all you know about them is how they look. Are they tall? Are they short? Are they gray? Are they yellow? Are they whatever? And you see they're posting that says, dance at such and such and this location. That's all you guys know about them. But this is the opportunity I'm giving them to go live with me so they can tell you guys about what they do. when they're not performing, when they're not DJing, when they're not dancing. These people have family, they have friends, they have jobs. What do they do? So this is their opportunity to better promote themselves, and we can learn from what they tell us. Okay, this is a learning experience. So I appreciate the guests that have been going live with me. And Texas, okay, let me tell you about Texas. Cool folks. There's a reason I got the word folks. Okay, I created Cool Folks Love the Bachata right before the pandemic happened. I used to live in Austin, Texas. So right before COVID happened, I said, "Uh-oh, the dance world's going to go," you know. But I said, "No, I got to keep it up." So I decided to create something that's unique, and I didn't want to do what other social media stuff are doing. I wanted to be, something cool. Okay. So first, I created Cool Man Who Loves the Bachata, too plain. Then I went to two cool females who love the bachata. Then people were like, "You're biased." So I said, "Cool people who love the bachata." Old people are emailing me stuff. They're like, "Roswell, get with it. That's too old." Cool folks who love the bachata. And there we have it. The world's greatest bachata artists from around the world decided to join. And I'm super blessed to have them. And Jairo and Johan from Dallas, Texas, are going to join us. Okay, and I miss Dallas. I used to hang out in Dallas, Austin. Check this out. You guys don't know this. When I first came to Austin, I was super shy. I didn't know what to do. So on weekends, I'm not God is my witness when I say this. For the first 3 months, I lived in Austin. Every weekend for those 3 months, I would drive all the way up to Dallas and hang out there and just dance and whatever. I didn't know what else to do in Texas. I didn't know, Houston and all of San Antonio. I didn't know about these places. I just heard Dallas was a place to be. So I used to drive, had a rental car, go on a weekend, come back on a Monday, and so that's how I fell in love with Dallas. Okay, and I met some great people there, and I'm just happy. Every time I talk about Texas, I'm so happy because that's where cool folks who love the bachata originated, and I'm so proud of Texas. You guys are doing a great job expanding and growing the dance community. So thank you guys. But before I bring up J and J on, J and J on, there's a couple quick announcements. Okay, I'm still in New York. I came back to New York at the beginning of this summer. Okay, I am coming back to Atlanta. Yes, Atlanta, I am coming back. My plan that I normally do, as everyone knows, when it's cold, right? I leave Florida or Georgia and I come back up to New York. And then when winter begins, I go back down south. So I'm here hanging out in New York, hanging out in New Jersey, going to a lot of dance events. And New Jersey, New York, you guys are doing a fabulous job as always. Great job. But Georgia, Atlanta, Florida, get ready for me because I'm coming back soon. Okay. Um, Before J and J fall asleep, let me bring them on. Okay, because I have a tendency to talk and talk and talk and don't get to the point. So, guys, welcome, welcome.
Thank
So,
you.
Johan and um, sorry, Hyro.
Jairo. Yep.
Yes, yes. Okay. Um, Guys, do you remember when we first met? I think I met
Joe.
uh, Joe, uh, Johan. I think I met you first, right? Before I
Yes.
met your brother. I think it was at uh, Jared Elizondo event 3 years ago in Dallas.
It was
I
the
think that's how I
Dallas
met you. Yeah, I was
Bachata
upstairs
Festival.
eating. I was upstairs eating on the second floor during the workshop, and
Yes.
I came up to you. I came up to you, uh, Johan. I came up to you, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, what's up?"
Yeah.
You know,
I
you looked at
remember.
me. You looked at me. You're like, "Okay." I'm like, "I'm Roswell. Give me a hug." You're like, "Okay." I know I made you sweat a little bit, and then I said, "Let me back up here. I'm Russell, blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
So I think that's how we met, if I'm not mistaken. The first time I met you, and then, I believe so. I believe so. Um, but I met Jay, I met Marlon. I know Fabian and all of these people. I know. So I've met them. I think before I met you guys, but all of you guys are wonderful. I just talked a little bit about Texas. You guys did a wonderful job. You guys are still doing a wonderful job expanding the dance community and making it more known and making it more diverse, and the support you give not only to the Latin community but to the dance community overall. So Texas overall, I'm super proud of you guys. And I just said I'm super proud that I got the word folks while
Yeah.
I lived in Texas. That's how I originated the word because I needed something unique. So anyway, can the two of you please tell everyone a little bit about yourself, please?
Okay. Well, my name is Jairo. People know me by Joe. So a little bit about me. I went to. Originally, I wasn't thinking about being an instructor. I went to school to be an engineer. We moved here in Texas when I was 16, so it's back in 2005. We're from Colombia, Cali, Colombia. So we pretty much half of my life have been there, half of my life have been here. Yeah, we did. I did the whole high school, college, and graduated. And so with my brother, uh, I mean, we came at the same time. Me and my brother, my parents. The first place that we came to visit is Houston, because my aunt used to live here, and then we came to Denton because my mom didn't like the Houston. It was too crowded, too big, too much traffic, all that jazz. So she didn't like it. So we were like, okay, let's go somewhere else more calm. So Denton, which is north of Dallas, that's where we came. And long story short, so we started teaching because my brother was part of a youth group in church, and they were like, "Man, we want to learn how to dance like you." And my brother, he's like, "I don't know how to teach, but I can ask my brother." He asked me, and I was like, "Sure, let's teach them." And that was back in 2015, and on February, and then from there we've been teaching his friends the first year, and then after that we're like, well, why not like open it up for everybody else. So we've been doing this since 2015. We love it. This is what we do full time now. We started just by doing classes. Now we do events. I do quinceañeras. I do choreographies. I also do weddings. My brother does the DJing. So it's been good. We do this together. So that's a little bit about me. I never knew I was gonna be an instructor, but hey, I mean, here I am. You know what I'm saying? And then Joe.
Wonderful, wonderful. Come on, bro. Let's hear your story now.
So I mean, just to add on what my brother already said, being from Cali, Colombia, moving here to Texas. So pretty much growing up, I wasn't very like social or like didn't like to dance at all.
Same here.
And then once we got here and started getting more involved, like in high school
Yeah.
with dancing, in like there was like a multicultural club that we joined. My brother joined first, and then I joined afterwards.
He
And
followed my steps.
yes, and so we're like, hey, well, I think we're naturals at when it comes to dancing. Not to brag about ourselves, but it was something that it just clicked. And ever since dancing it's been a part of our lives. And I mean, nowadays, we founded Salsa with Joe, and back in 2015, like my brother was saying. And now this is pretty much what we dedicate our lives to. The dancing. Getting people to learn how to dance. And I also DJ. I started DJing back in 2018, 2019 or so. And now we're growing, we're expanding, also getting more involved within events and organizing events, and just growing the community, and this wonderful community of Dallas, like you were saying, it's just growing and growing every year. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, grown is great. You know what? It's kind of funny. Back 2015, I think that's when I decided that ballroom dancing is not for me. And then I started out, the first dance I did was ballroom dance up in Boston, and it didn't work out. It just wasn't my personality. And before that, I did tango, and I couldn't follow directions. I keep stepping on the ladies' feet. The instructor's like, go find something else. So I got into bachata. Check this out, guys. Check this story out. Um, Around 2015, I was in a relationship. Right. I'm not. Oh, first of all, let me just back up. I'm not Hispanic. I'm West Indies. My family's from Guyana.
Mm.
So I'm half Brazilian, half Guyanese and stuff. So but I only speak English. But most of my friends I live, with were from, Colombia, Puerto Rico and stuff. So I grew up in a Hispanic community, but I never dated someone who didn't speak, you know, who spoke Spanish. So check the story out. So I was dating a Dominican for the first time, and
Mm.
prior to that, I never listened to any Spanish music. Even though I had Spanish friends, I didn't, listen to Spanish music. It was all American music and blah blah blah. And then after 8 years of this relationship, um, I said to myself, I was in my 40s, and I said to myself, it got to work. It has to work, no matter how bad it is. And it was a bad relationship, it was bad, like super bad. That I can't even begin to tell you guys. But I forced it to work. I wanted it to work. Despite what people told me and my friends, I couldn't focus on my job. I lost my job. My family, they kind of disowned me. I went into a total dark world because I was so desperate to be with someone, and that's not good, right?
Yeah.
To make a long story short, when reality hit at me, the light bulb came on in my head. It was the saddest moment because in 2015, I literally, when the relationship ended, I literally said, God, there's no hope for me. I'm an old man, family, they don't talk to me anymore. My job, and like, what, blah, blah, blah. So the only thing left is to go 6 feet under without telling anyone.
Wow.
So there it is, I had this beautiful chemical in front of me. I was going to drink it and just end life. And by the grace of God, you know, something said, turn on the radio, right?
Mm.
Just turn on the radio. Something was saying, what do I have to lose? So I decided to listen to a bachata song. I don't remember the art. I don't know if it's Romero or Aventura. I don't remember the Pacific, but I turned on the radio. I was listening to that song, uh, you know, and all of a sudden I began to think differently. You know, I wasn't thinking about my broken heart and my age and all the people around me that disowned me because I just thought about good stuff. Like, what else is there to live for? What can I give to the kids, to the community, to the dance world? You
Right.
know, so much more I can do. It's not time for me to go. So when I listened to that first bachata song, even though I don't speak Spanish and I didn't know anything the guy was singing,
Mm.
it touched me here, and most of the songs touched me here in my life. You see what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah.
So this specific song touched me here. When it touched me here, woo, everything changed from that point on. I began going to my first dance club, bachata club. I began to take in workshops. I began traveling the world. I went to DC. Then I came to Texas. Then I moved to Miami. Then Atlanta. Then New York. I wanted to see how different people dance bachata, how to appreciate it, not only dance it, but appreciate it from different angles, different perspective, different culture. And it has grown. It has grown into different aspects. So I guess what I'm trying to say, bachata saved me, and I'm sure you guys heard this many times. It saves people in different ways. It
Yes.
saved me from not, ending my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess what I'm trying to say is that um, I noticed this expansion, like you guys said, and I noticed it especially in Texas right before COVID happened. It's expanding, and you see like a lot of you know people that are non Hispanic that are listening to it. You got Russians, you got Chinese, you got West Indies is not only a Latin thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not only a Latin thing. It's not only for Latin people. So all of this stuff made me appreciate it and love it and get into it, you know. And I wasn't thinking about breakup, and looking for love and women and all. I mean, I still think about that stuff, but not, you know, not like I, not as much as I did back then. I had something more meaningful for my life
Yeah.
rather than looking for love. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I want to ask you guys about this expansion. You know, um, you guys are from Colombia, and I know you came here and whatever. And so looking back, you know, at the history and how things have grown in Texas and whatever, how do you feel? How do you guys feel knowing that the bachata stuff has grown in many directions, and the two of you are part of that growth? The two of you have contributed to that growth. The DJ, like you guys are saying, the classes you teach, the DJ, when you guys sit back at midnight or 1 a.m. or after a long day on a Monday night, and you think about, oh my God, look at what, look how things have changed from
Mhm.
2014, 2015, or whatever. Look how things have grown. How do you feel about that? And what? And I mean, how? I mean, how do you guys feel knowing that you're part of that growth, that you're part of that contribution? Like, how do you feel knowing that the bachata stuff is like, and it's still expanding in more ways than ever. So, like,
I
how
mean,
do you
it's
feel?
it's
It has an impact on people in
oh yeah.
different ways. It saves people, it helps people, you can grow, but you know, how do you guys feel about that?
Well, I mean, dancing in general, that's what like brings people together, and like you said, dancing for you. I mean, especially bachata was something that was the thing that saved you. You
Yes.
know, which I mean, when people join our dance community, that's what people tell us, man. When I was in a dark place, and I found you guys, I felt like I was part of something. I was part of a group. They feel welcome, and then they're like, "Thank you for having this." So it's just crazy that we didn't think it was gonna lead to this. I just thought, okay, I'm just gonna teach his friends how to dance, and that was it. But then it brings more than that. It's just more than that. It's more than just dancing. It's like bringing people together. Just kind of like it's like a getaway from your daily routine, like something that keeps them occupied, having fun, getting meeting new people. Because like you said, like and like you say, you were shy. We were shy too back then. Like dancing just kind of like opened us up, and then to talk to more people, and getting to know more people, and talking to you like over the computer. What I'm saying, even though you're in New York, but yeah, like bachata is growing a lot, because when I started dancing, it was pretty much salsa. That's all I did. I just knew salsa, and then bachata just kind of like showed up. Like probably like 2010, maybe 2012. Like that's when like I started like, okay, what's this bachata thing? Kind of like started to looking at it, but and then like as it kept progressing, the years went by, and bachata just kept showing up, and then at one point like we got salsa, and bachata was like, here, now we're here with you, so it's just not what every class that you go to, they have salsa and bachata. Every social, it's like not just salsa. People want bachata too. So it's like it just brings more people together. So it's like it's a way for it's a nice way to like I said, bring people together and have fun, socialize, and just bachata is taking over. Like they say, but salsa. I mean, salsa is a big part of our lives, because from Colombia, we dance salsa. So that's all I knew. Like bachata in Colombia is starting to get very popular, obviously, but it didn't start that way. It's just, but it's great. I love the music, uh, and I love the dance too. There's many kinds of bachata: Dominican, bachata moderna, and then bachata sensual. Sensual is one of the bigger things here, especially here in Dallas. Dallas is like I would say more of a bachata town, but there's still salsa. Salsa is also growing here in Dallas because we got different salsa studios here. But yeah, but bachata is like at one point it was dominating the game here in Dallas. And it still kind of does. But salsa's still like, no, no, don't forget about me. We're still here. You know what I'm saying? So it's awesome. I don't know what you got.
Yeah. So, first of all, Royce, I'm listening to your story. I didn't know about what you've been through, and like I'm so glad that you're still with us. And bachata saved you, and it's
Yeah,
it's
it's awesome.
and it's one of those things that like you don't think about like what music and what dancing can do to somebody, right? And just
Yeah.
hearing that is like it's really awesome. It's a blessing to still have you around and doing this. This is awesome.
Oh, thank
Going,
you.
and
Thank you, sir.
yeah, just like my brother was saying, the dancing, it's like for some people it's like therapy. They they go and man, I want to go dancing. I feel stressed, I feel down. Sometimes like I just want to go dancing and just relieve that stress. Just feel free because on the dance floor it's you and whoever you're dancing with, and it's just music. So being part of it, it's like, man, like we're doing something for these people who are like in a dark place, by doing classes, hosting events, dance events. So it's just a way of us to like like give back, also give back to the community, and just just come together for this beautiful art of dancing, and just help each other out. Keep us accountable. Hey, how you doing? Because when it comes to dancing, like you're there to dance, right? But sometimes you kind of like you see someone down, and then you approach them, and you kind of reach out to them, and like you talk to them, how you doing? Is everything all right? So it's been a great journey. It's been awesome, with since we started Salsa with Joe, and how things are now growing, the community is growing, and so I'm just thankful and blessed to be part of this. And it's not just dancing and music; it's more than that. It's like saving lives. Like so so that to me that's everything. So
No, it is true. Saving lives. Um, and a few minutes ago when I was at the supermarket, I was telling that certain stuff that you guys say. I mean, all my guests that come live with me, you never know who's listening. What audience, what level, what age, what background. Could be a child, it could be a guy, it could be a girl, it could be somebody who was in that dark spot like me years ago. You never know. So I always say that dancing, saves people, and then when you tell people that it's when you give like real life examples, people have a tendency to listen to you more. It's like back in like college, when you got when you're in school and whatever, your professor can lecture you about a course all day, and you're sitting there, you're like whatever. But then again, your eyes open when he tells you that, hey, guys, guess what? I lived that experience. I've been there and stuff. So when somebody actually lived and experienced human nature, we as humans have a tendency to listen to them because they've been there. They're just not saying something to get through the day. They're not looking at their watch and be like, okay, next class, you know? So so that's one of the reasons I do these interviews, not only for publicity and promotion and whatever. I'm not even getting paid for this, but I do this because, whatever we talk about or whatever message we're trying to give to the public, hopefully it can help them in whatever ways possible, so I'm happy, so I'm happy you ended your comment, uh, Johanna, that it could really help people and save people and stuff. So it's great. So, um, but going back to this expansion, and not only in New York and whatever, but going back to this expansion, someone once told me it has a lot to do with support. Like in order for something to expand, it just doesn't happen like like magic. It takes like support and people and the community, and the love and loyalty and all of that stuff. Um, Dallas, I must be honest with you guys. Before I actually came to Dallas, I thought it was just a place you just go and raise cattle and do oil rigs. I didn't even think about dancing in Dallas. I grew up with a. I'm way older than you guys, like super older. So I grew up like in the '80s. With there was a television show called Dallas. This was like I guess when your parents should know about this. It's a show back in the '70s. Dallas was known for oil. If people go there, they get oil, they make
Yeah.
it big and that. Who heard about dancing, especially bachata? I didn't. Being here in New York, we didn't. That's all I heard. New Yorkers, all we heard is like oil. So when I told people I'm going to Texas, they're like, "You're going to open up an oil company?" I'm like, I didn't think about that, but yeah. But I noticed that Dallas is, it's diverse, it's beauty, it's so much there. So, but
Mhm.
what do you guys think could contributed to that growth? I mean, do you think like the support from the community, the stuff that's on social media, the need for changes, like what do you guys think made that expansion? I mean, we got disco, we got belly dance, we got salsa, we got so much dancing. It is expanded, but when we all think about it, this bachata stuff is really, and and in Dallas of all places. So I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, do you guys think there's some type of there's something there that's helping that expansion? Like I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, I'm just curious. I mean, is it the support, or is it because word of mouth, or is it because loyalty, or because culturally, maybe cultures come together? I don't know. But what do you think is really helping that explosion in
Yeah, so
different directions?
I think for me, like, because when I joined the dance community back in 2008, uh, I mean, there was I joined a dance studio. I joined Salsa Dallas back then. Was there were only a few people contributing to the dancing back then, and then what happened was that there was more people who started doing their own studios as well. Like more classes opened up, more events opened up. So these people help contribute to the dance community, and the support of people, like other studios supporting other events. That's what make everybody know each other. So it starts with like few people, but then eventually it's gonna grow into multiple people. Doing the same thing, loving, showing the love for dancing, and introducing other people to dancing, like my brother said, like you said, like as saving people through the dancing, people's lives going through struggle and stuff like that, and these people get together, and then some, they are there for sometimes for the same reason, because they want to be part of something. And so it's just for me, like I said, it's just more people starting their own communities, but as well, not just sticking to their own communities, but also supporting other communities. Like, that's why we have this big socials, because it's not just our community going there, it's like a bunch of different communities getting together, and also like performing and then doing classes and things like that. So it's like the support system is there. So therefore, when that happens, there's more people that come together, and then it just goes like this. So I think that's the main thing. It's just, you know the support, and then other communities supporting each other, and growing.
Yeah, and I think also the need for the going dancing, and other people wanting to join. Also, you know Dallas, it's been here, this part of Texas, North Texas. It's just growing. It's been growing a lot. I mean, from when we first moved here back in 2005 to now, it's like it's the population has grown a lot, and so
That's it.
I think that also um, helped with growing the dance community as well, because people like to do stuff outside of their normal lives. They want to go and find out, oh, what's going on. Oh, there's dancing. Oh, okay, let's go. So, and then also people within the dance community, they saw that and they were like, oh, there's a need. So, and they started doing their own thing, their own classes, and so from there it just expanding. It just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing, and now it's where we are because of that. So yeah, just the need for people to hey, I want to learn how to dance. Hey, can you teach me? Oh, I've seen you dance before. I went here and the people start being curious and finding out about the spots. There's people teaching classes. So yeah, a lot of growth has happened since and it just keeps going. So I think that's what happened.
Sorry. Trying, sorry, it's kind of cold here in New York, so just a little
Uh,
short picture. Try not to cough on
sure.
camera. Because people, social media would be like, Russell, let's cough on camera. Sorry, sorry. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you, man. Man, I'm sorry. Both of you, sorry. I agree with you guys. Um, I know this is a perfect time to ask you guys this Roswell question.
All right.
Okay, here we go. All right, this is support. We're talking about support, right? So this is a good time. All right, check this out, guys. All right, it's a Saturday night, okay? In a
Okay.
major city, any city,
Okay.
Dallas, New York,
Awesome.
Miami, Paris, China, you name it, a major, major city. Five amigos. These five amigos are fascinating. They're the top of the top of the top organizers. People know them. They're powerful. They're well known, and when they throw an event, you got to come. But
Mm.
they're all throwing it at the same night, and they're all within like 5 miles radius.
Oh.
And people like you and I and all the world, we got to begin thinking like, who should we support? Check this out. Guy number one here, okay? John dished out what $22,000, okay, for his event, okay? 22. For the DJ, then a workshop, all that stuff. I don't know where he got the money from, but he got it. Mary, her event, 18,000. Edward, for his event, 35,000.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle, for her event, 7,000. And Kia, for her event, like 11,000. Okay, roughly, let's just say.
Hmm.
So people like me, I got a problem here.
Hmm.
So I have to go to this event, do an Uber, right? Hang out at John's event. Let's say for like 2.5 hours. Okay, because I don't want Mary to feel bad if I
Mm.
talk. So I take Uber uptown to go to her event, hang out there for like 45 minutes. But then social media announced that Roswell's in town, so I got to go to this event before Edward gets mad. So I hop on my skateboard and I go downtown and I hang out there for like 3 hours. Okay, the night is not over yet. I got to go to this person's event. I forgot the person's name, but I'm just making these. Oh God, help me! I'm just making these names up. So I go to this event and I hang out here, for like I don't know, like 45 minutes, and then our little friend here, I get to her event, and before you know it, it's 5 a.m. Okay, this is my problem. I didn't dance with any hot chick or any ugly chick or any chicks. That's not cool. And I'm cool man who love the bachata, and I didn't get to dance with any woman. 'Cause I'm traveling all over, going here, going there, going there. And you guys do the same thing, and your friends, and this person's up. So remember something. At this event, it was me and maybe 8 other people showed up. Ooh, right? Eight, and he dished out 22,000. Ooh. This event, Mary, when I showed up, I was only there for a few minutes. I only saw 14 people that were there. Ooh, okay. This person, when I showed up, not too bad, 22 people. Yeah. This person, 8 people.
Hmm.
And this person, well, I don't even want to go there. I feel so bad. Now it's Monday morning. The accountant comes, the bookkeeper comes, the smart guy comes. He goes over the finances of how much these guys are keeping in their pockets. John, guess what? Remember he had 22,000? He dished out? Guess how much he made in profit? $250. He gets to keep in his pocket. Mary, remember all the money she dished out? What I said, like 12,000 or whatever. She only kept like maybe $600.
Oh, okay.
Number three, our friend here, Edward. All the thousands he dished out, he only got maybe like I would say like under 200. Number four, really bad. And number five, ooh, if I tell you the numbers, how much she got, you would cry. Anyway, to make a long story short, this happens every weekend. It's been happening for a long time. And next Saturday comes, and then following Saturday, a month comes by, years come by. The same thing happens. So someone like me, who's not an expert on finance and math, and I can't even keep track of the names. But common sense tells me that these people dish out more than they receive. So I don't know if it's a it's a it's an acting game, or you know they they do have the money but they give it back, or I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm not supposed to know what's going on, but maybe you guys know what's going on because you guys have more experience seeing these things than I do. You guys work in those atmosphere. So I guess what I'm trying to say, when I bring a guest on to give them that example, my the response is not a right or wrong answer. The response is really to see how, in a perfect dance world, all five could have collaborated to make sense, so they don't waste all that money, and they can support one another. And just back in the days, in my days, you can walk down the street, tell an organizer, hey, I have this event tomorrow,
Right.
uh, but can you move your event to next week or next month? They would say, yeah, hell yeah. I don't know if that happens nowadays. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see these things, but I see these things well enough to talk about it and to say, hey, there's a concern here, and you know, let's see what can be done. So, guys, so again, this is not a right or wrong answer, but how do you think our five amigos could have better handled this, or who's ever organizing these things, or whoever's in control, just so all that darn money doesn't go wasted, and I mean, I would freak out if I'm dishing out $20,000 and I only get $3 back on a Monday, and then I must be super crazy to be doing this next week, next month, next year. It's either I'm super stupid or super stupid. I don't know. Maybe it's part of the game. I don't know. Let me stop there and ask you guys to take over. So, what do you think a good solution could be? So organizers can better organize events and support. That's what we're talking about here. How can a dance community better support one another, each other, in an example like this?
Right, right, right. So thank you for setting us at ease because you're like there is no right and wrong answer. So it's just what I think. You know what I'm saying? The way that they could have handled this in a better way is, first of all, don't do an event on the same night. All five of them. You know, one thing that they should have done is communicate with each other. Hey, like, I know we're in the same cities, 5 miles radius away from each other and stuff like that. How about we come up with like a schedule, like, hey, I'm gonna do this event on this night, you do an event on this night. Just kind of like there should always be like room for like a different day. Not this, like there shouldn't be five events on one night. Like that to me is wrong. Like, yeah, there is probably sometimes two or three events on the same night, but I mean, that's because there are so many people already here in Dallas. So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna like say that that's bad, but I'm saying like at least kind of like if support each other. How do they support each other? Hey, I'm gonna do an event the first Friday of the month or the first Saturday of the month. You do an event like let's say the next day, or just kind of like work with each other's schedule, like collaborate, like like communicate. But yeah, 5 events in one night. That's exaggerated. So, in my opinion, like I know that's the scenario that you post, which I mean for me, because us as an organizers, uh, we basically look at other people's schedules, like when they do events, and we're like, okay, we're not gonna interview with these people. We wanna, why? Because we wanna like go to their event as well. Like we wanna collaborate. We wanna show our faces. We wanna bring our dance community to them. And that'll be the only way to grow. But if they keep doing that event the same night, 5 different events on one night, then the dance community is not gonna grow. It's just gonna divide. Instead of growing, it's just gonna split up. Because now they have to pick their favorite. You know what I'm saying? It's based on like loyalty. It's based on likability, loyalty. Personality. I mean, like who has the best DJ? Who has the best shows, the best class, and things like that. So instead of like fighting with each other, they should have just be like, hey, let's come together, let's talk, and let's work on a monthly like social schedule. That way we don't conflict with each other. So, and to me, that would be the perfect scenario. Like I said, to this day, yeah, sometimes like there's 2 events on one night, even 3, but that's because there's like so many organizers nowadays that I mean there's no other choice. They don't have room to fit other days because there's only like there's only so many weekends. Sometimes they have 5 weekends, and that's where people can spread out uh, an event on the fifth weekend, like a fifth Friday or the fifth Saturday. But yeah, just that's just the solution that I will come up with. I don't know how you feel about it.
Yeah, yeah, five socials in the same day. That's um, that's crazy. But here's the thing, Royce. Communication is key amongst us,
Yeah.
event organizers. And I'm not gonna, you know, lie to you and say that we're like great communicators to each other, because it doesn't happen. But I think we have to be better at it, and support each other, because people know in the dancing, like, who supports each other and who doesn't. Not everybody supports everybody. Maybe there's some people that support one group, and but won't support the other one, or not as often. But people see that too, like, oh, I see them going to everyone's social, or I just see them going to this organizer social, and not to this one. So it's just um, the support each other and communicating with each other. It would be like ideal. uh, does it happen very often? No, but it's something that we have to be better at, and just that way we can all like have a piece of the pie. We can be like, okay, you guys have this night. Okay, oh, you're gonna have something that night. Okay, let me move it up, or just helping each other out, and just communicating. That's that's it. That
No, I agree with you. I mean, it's just that. I mean, it's a bad enough that it's a lot of competition, in the dance world and stuff, So I guess by bringing this Roswell question up to everyone, I guess I'm trying to help lessen the competition and the. I feel bad. I'll be straight with you guys. I feel bad. I mean, I see all these events that everyone posts. I mean, come on, cool folks love to bachata. I see this event and that event and blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
sometimes, it hit me that what's going on in everyone's head? Like, do they not know? Do they not know that how everyone else is reading their stuff, or maybe they don't care, or and then I just feel bad, and
Yeah.
I just feel that maybe since I'm the creator of this platform, maybe if I bring up this concern in a like interviews or whatever, maybe this is a way to better help those who are kind of like shy or afraid or or they don't want to speak up, or maybe they're like, oh, there's no solution, Ross. Well, maybe I don't know. So by again, there's no right or wrong answer to this, but if that was me, I mean, things are really bad as it is. I'm working like two jobs. I take care of my mom. I mean, this is New York. I mean, I could barely keep, for me to dish out like $22,000 on a Saturday and I only get like 250 back on a Monday and I do it again and again. There's either something, psychologically wrong with me, or maybe, you know, or maybe I don't know. I don't even know if there's a maybe. So I guess by bringing up this stuff, I guess I'm just trying to better help everyone. To be
Right.
fair, not to choose and to say this one is better and that price is good, but to better unite because I'm all about unity, right?
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
reason I created Kufos Love to Pachata because I want to unite everyone into one big family.
Right.
So there's no answer. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just that
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like you guys said. I mean, there's ways to better like plan this or approach this or plan stuff. But where's the loyalty? Where's the friendship? Where's the There's a lot of stuff to consider. When these things happen, or what goes on in someone's head when they
Yeah.
say we're gonna do it. I don't know. I have no idea, but it's just something to think about. So for everyone, I'm just throwing it out there. So I appreciate your responses, both of you. So, you know,
No, thank you. No, and I mean,
um,
uh, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, no, no. I'm not letting you guys off the hook that easily. It's not 4 a.m. yet.
No, it's
Okay, go
not.
ahead. No, go ahead. Finish what you're
No,
gonna
I
say.
mean, all I was gonna say, with like how like we were talking earlier about the expansion and how everything is growing. I feel like, I mean, we're probably already getting there to a point where it's like there's a lot of people who want to organize their own events and throw their own parties or classes. So I mean, I think at the end of the day, there's room for everybody. It's not, and don't look at it like as a competition. Because for like some of us who this is what we do for a living. Yeah. There's gonna be times where our schedules aren't gonna be compatible with other event organizers. So there's really no way to like you know um, move things around. So when it comes to like those situations, don't take it personal. Also like don't feel like, oh, we're trying to compete with you, or like we're trying to get your people here. But it's really difficult to have everybody's schedule like on the same page. It's just,
Mhm.
yeah, it's almost kind of like impossible in a way. But just as long as we're doing this for the same reason, for the same cause, it's like, hey, why not? So, but yeah, that's what I wanted to add.
Good response, man. Good response. I'm on your side with that. Totally on your side with that. Um, I respect that. Both of you, both of you, yeah, both.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting I'm interviewing both of you because first I just have Russell goes live in Texas with Hyro from Cuba. Now mentally I have to think about J&J. So it's like
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that both of you are not one. So I respect both of your answers. Okay, all right, kids. Let's talk about kids. Um, when I was a kid, you know. not that long ago when I was a kid. Um, I grew up. My family came to this country in 1970s. We lived like not such of a nice area in New Jersey. That's where they migrated, from their homeland to New Jersey, and there was a place in New Jersey that was not too friendly, not too nice. I mean, you don't want to be caught 10 p.m. walking out on the street. If some big weird guy might come and be like, "I'm going to kick your," whatever. So I learned to be not social. I learned to be shy. I learned to like just keep away from people.
Right.
So we lived like in a small little basement. You got the siblings and the aunt and the mom, and we shared one bed. And then things were one of those stories. Like poor. Not much. Not much to do, not where to go. We just pray that things get better, right? So
Yeah.
my family, my parents, especially my dad, they never went to school and all that stuff. I mean, they were like they used to tell me, grow up and be something, like a doctor, a lawyer, a businessman, not a dancer. That word was not even heard at my home, mentioned in my home.
Yeah.
Drawing, acting, artist. Oh no, so that was only for rich people. That's what I was told. Only rich people do those stuff, and I'm not rich. So all my life, I went on this path, not this path, but this path, and I had no choice. You know, I had to finish high school. I had to go get my bachelor's. I got my master's, and I'm doing the doctoral. I'm done with the program. I'm doing my dissertation now, and I'm doing legal work. I'm doing everything that I was told to do, right?
Hmm.
But deep in my heart, through that journey, I always knew I was cool man who loved the bachata. I always knew that one day I'm gonna give back to what the dance world has given me. The opportunity to open up and to help people. And I would like to help people. So I said, let's help them in a dance way. Not a reason I created this platform, right? My question to you guys is that children are different nowadays. Not like back in the days, like our days, like my days. We didn't have like really internet and WhatsApp and social media. I mean, I don't remember we ever having that. But kids nowadays, they have so many options. There's social media, there's Instagram, there's Facebook, blah blah blah, and they're very rebellious and very rude. They talk
Yeah.
back to their parents, and their
Oh,
parents don't hit them. You know what I'm saying? It's a
yeah.
new generation. So a lot of kids will come. I am going to leave home. I'm going to become the next greatest dancer, and that's it. Maybe
Mm.
they mean it, maybe they don't mean it, but you guys know that they mean it because you guys are in this profession where you can look at a child and be like, oh my God, the kid is really going to do it. So you're in a situation that when you respond to that kid that's telling you, I'm dead serious that I'm going to pursue the dance world and become the next professional dancer. You know how competitive is out there. You know how hard it is out there. With this dance bachata exploding, there's so much competition. We just talked about collaboration on those five amigos. But you don't want to discourage the little one because if you do, they might end up going in a different direction. You know what I'm saying? So, what would your response be? The little one comes up to both of you and say, J and J, or J and J. I like that J and J Johnson.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna become the next world's greatest dancer, and your response would be,
Go for it. Like don't let nobody no don't let nobody tell you different. Like if that's what you want to do, you should always follow your passion and go all out. Like no matter what people other people say, like just pursue what you like. Like just go for it. That's what I would say to that kid.
Yeah. I mean, it would be like, say, oh, you want to be the next, greatest dancer? Okay, show me. Like, prove to me. Like, prove to me how serious you are. Because yeah. I mean, it's anybody can say that, but nobody knows how much work it takes. And the dedication and the hard work to put in. So It's like
Yeah.
like an athlete or like a dancer. Kind of similar. You have to like
A lot of work.
put a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice, a lot of dedication. And maybe your family, is against it, and you might lose a friend or two, but if that's what you really want to go for, then do it. Because like we also recently started a kids program, teaching kids how to dance, and so it's amazing how these kids, like, they show up and they actually listen, and they're focused, and they put in the work, and they love it. And so it's also a great way for your kids to, if you're a parent, or to put your kids through dancing. It's also a great way to get them out of trouble,
Yeah,
or
true.
like how teach them the right way to treat each other, treat others. And so dancing is actually a great way to, if you want your kids to grow up to be, a good person. Just
Yeah.
just do it. I mean, because like you say, oh, you want to be a dancer? No, no, you be a doctor, be a lawyer. But what they don't know is that dancing can also impact a kid in a way where they don't know what they don't know about. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's great to pursue the dance stuff and the DJ stuff and entertainment is great, but when we think back about back in the days, I mean, back then it was cool. You can just walk into like an audition and say you want to audition to be a dancer. That's it. There was no one else. There's only you and you. But now it's like this dancer and that dancer and this and blah 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 blah. And there's so many of the same people that you got to compete to pay your bills, pay your food, keep up with your mortgage. So so
Mhm.
I can see why it's good. I mean, I can see why my parents always told me you need a backup. What if you
Right.
break an arm or break a leg and you can't dance? And what can you do? You have a backup. You have a second option. You have a second job. That part I got, but then again, it goes back to what you guys were saying. I mean, it goes back. I mean, you don't want to really discourage someone, but then again, you don't want to encourage them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
sort of like the question I was asking you guys about the collaboration about the five amigos. There's not really a right or wrong answer, but because every situation is unique and is different, you
Yeah.
know. But to respond to that answer, we respond with the world that we live in today. Maybe if I ask you guys this 10 years from now, it might be a different response because of
Mhm.
the world that we live in 10 years from now. You
Yeah.
know, so again, I respect the responses you get, but in my head, I'm just thinking that you know, um, I'm not saying to wait until you're 50 to actually be cool man and love the bachata, but then again, you should not be 5 and be cool man and love the bachata. There has to be some middle point and some grounds and certain stuff. So I don't know. I mean, no kid has ever asked me. Okay, maybe the reason I'm asking you guys that question because no little one has come up to me yet and say,
Oh,
well, what is your opinion? I don't even know what I'm. Oh God, let's hope no. I don't even know what I'm going to tell the little ones. So, little ones, if you're listening, do not ask me that question. Okay, I'll tell you guys right now. Go somewhere else. I don't know what the heck I'm going to tell you guys. But seriously, in all due respect, I mean, you want to shape someone, but then again, you don't want to, you know, uh, shape them into 5 different directions, and then you know,
Yeah.
you want to shape them based upon experience that you guys know and come from, and so that's the reason I always ask the children question.
Yeah.
okay, that's cool. But yeah, since we started doing the kids class, man, we have had a lot of fun with these kids.
Yeah.
It's like it's a way to get them out of like the social media. Like some kind of activity that they can do physical activity. They can get to know other kiddos. Doing the same thing. Working towards like maybe not being a professional dancer, but just kind of like as a hobby that they want to have fun. They want to show, I guess, their talents and stuff like that. So like you gotta, like, I mean, I know you say you should not encourage, but at the same time, don't discourage. I mean, to me, if they wanna do something, let's say they wanna be I don't know, like a singer or like dancer, some kind of activity outside of what we were used to back then, like, oh, you gotta be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, just kind of like like, yeah, you you should always go for your what you love, your passion, because yeah, you can like you can be an engineer, but deep inside you're like, man, but this is not, I don't feel happy, I don't feel happy with what I'm doing. So it's like, yeah, the like the parents say, but you gotta have a backup just in case or whatever. I mean, like, yeah, like you can still go to school, but at the same time, there's still you kind of still pursue what you want to do. Like, still going to school. There's always time to go to school. For to be an engineer or a doctor. But that's the doing this kids class. It has opened our eyes because we wasn't sure if we wanted to do a kids class. We were like, I mean, I don't know if these kids will listen to us. But I mean, they did. They're like, oh, this is actually fun. Like, we're having fun. They're having fun. They like coming to class. They like performing. Because we have three shows with the kiddos. So, which people love it. And then like, it's also good to having kids classes is also a good way to grow the community through parents, like parents who maybe are not dancers, but they like their kids being in the class, because it helps them get out of trouble. It helps them being occupied with something that is positive, that is like they get to know people, they get to show their talents, they get to express themselves in a different way. So I don't know, that's just kind of you know what I think. Right?
Yeah.
It works for me. Okay.
Yeah.
The game. Little ones do not ask me for no. This okay. But, ask. Go to J&J. Okay. You heard what they would better guide you. Trust me. If I guide you, you'll probably be. Your parents might have a little talk with me. So don't come to me. Okay. I don't know. But thank you guys. Thank you. Okay. Let's switch gear here before we go to events. You guys doing a great job answering my crazy Roswell questions live. I mean, that's great. You guys are great. Great. You guys
Awesome.
are super cool. No, but in all due respect, and uh, Joe, um, and we talked about this before we went live about medical stuff, and um, as everyone knows, well, no, no, maybe not many people know, but when I lived in Texas.
Hmm.
And I'll just tell everyone, Joe, I know we talked about this, but I'll just tell everyone since we're live. When I lived in Texas, I had to rush back home right before COVID began. I had to rush back home because my doctor, let's see, COVID started in that March. Remember that March? And
Yes.
December, and I was thinking about just staying permanently in Texas. I found a job, I found blah, blah, blah. And then my doctor called me around Christmas, right before Christmas, you got to come back like soon. I'm like, something wrong with my dad because my dad has Alzheimer's. I thought he was. And then they're like, "No, you're sick." He said, "Russell, you're sick." I'm like, "What do you mean I'm sick? I don't drink, I don't smoke. I'm like, just I run, and how can I be sick? And
Yeah.
he's like, "You're sick. You need to come home." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Remember the blood test you took before you?" I'm like, "Yeah." We have some. The results came back. Oh my God. Your prostate is super high, higher
Oh.
than high, and that's you have. There's no doubt about it. You have uh, prostate cancer. I'm like, me of all people,
Yeah.
and I said I feel fine, but like, you feel fine now, but in a couple weeks you're not going to feel fine. Come back, take more tests. So I came back home, took more tests, went on the surgery. I had a surgery for the rest of my life. They cut it and thought, they wanted to my man stuff, you know, to
Yeah.
take tissues out. and it was bad. So when I woke up from the surgery, I saw pictures of my, man stuff. It was big. Yeah, it was like the tissues and the muscle. Then I'm like, what are we gonna do? Like, you can take chemotherapy, take pills, or do things the old-fashioned way, change your habit. Like literally change your habit. Me? But I dance. I'm in Texas. I like travel. I'm like, what do you mean by change it? I majored in psychology and stuff. I don't need people to counsel me. I can counsel myself. The doctor's like, you're not listening to me. You need to change whatever you're doing. Your eating habit, your sleeping habit, whatever. Physical habit, whatever. Eating habit. I told him I like to eat chicken and all this stuff and blah blah blah. I don't eat vegetables. He's like, you want to live to see next year? I stopped, like literally, no more McDonald's, no more, no more. I mean, there's nothing wrong with McDonald's. I just want to say this because I'm on air. I don't want MC to sue me. There's nothing wrong with that French fry and that Big Mac. All I'm saying is that um, if I was sick, and the doctor just said I need to cut down on certain food, take better care of myself, eat more vegetables, don't eat too much fried stuff, all that stuff that encourages prostate to grow and grow and grow. No more meat. I stopped eating chicken. I was a chicken lover every day. I started to eat fish and salmon and steamed stuff. Within like 3 months, woo, my prostate went from 12, that's high, all the way to 2.
Wow.
And the normal average is 7. I
Oh,
went
okay.
down. My doctor's like, what's going on here? You were like 99% about to have cancer, and all of a sudden it disappeared like magic. I'm like, well, I'm blessed. What can I say? The big guy loves me. That was my response. The big guy loves me. Well, he loves me too, but I wanted to change. It was my choice. No one, my parents, my friends, the dance world, no one said Roswell change. I wanted to do it for me. So this is the question I'm going to ask you guys. From that experience, I learned to think in a different way, to see people in a different way, to appreciate the world in a different way. Yes, I still dance and stuff, but I also, I don't know how to say this, but I also prioritize myself first. It goes back to that question when I said I saved myself
Yeah.
2015 from killing myself because of music. Here's another example. That experience saved me also from not having cancer and dying and all that good stuff because I chose to change my habit. That's what I learned from this experience. That medical near life death or whatever I can say experience, it helped me to see the world in a different way, to be more appreciative of the world, to not to be judgmental, to love is love, love everyone. I learned to see things in a different way, and I had to, and it only happened because of that experience. So I guess what I wanted to ask you, Mr. Joe,
Yeah.
is it for you? Because we just talked about your medical. I know that's a weird word to use. Your medical stuff that happened to you with uh, uh, pancreas. Your pancreas. Remember you were telling me about what happened and stuff. You're okay now, but let me ask you a truthful question. Similar to what I just said, how this example of how my sickness helped me to see life in a better way. How has this changed your life? Or maybe it didn't change your life. Are you still the same person you were before? Do you think differently? Do you treat people in a different way? Do you treat people in the same way? Like, are you like, what I'm saying, man? Like, how, an example like that changes a person either for the better or for the worse, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know, man. How do you feel? I mean, do you want to share anything to anyone that might be listening to how your example maybe helped you? That I don't know, maybe other people that
Mhm.
have had the same journey or the situation as you, maybe they can see things in a different way. I don't know. I mean, how do you feel about that medical stuff? You know, the pancreas stuff that happened to you. How has that changed your life? And I know that's 5 questions in one. I got to stop that, right? I can't help that.
So,
I can't help that. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't just answer as
no, you're
much
fine.
as you could.
So I mean, it like yeah, it changed my life completely. It kind of did a 360 because it opened my eyes to like what I was doing before. It was like just
treat my body in a bad way, like just not taking care of myself, just eating whatever I like, just when when at certain times, late nights, stuff like that. So I learned to one, take care of myself and appreciate life better, because I took it in a positive way. I took it like as a way to change my life in a better way. So I'm actually thankful that this happened to me, because it couldn't been I could have gone into a heart attack if I kept the path that I was that I was going for. Which, I mean, just like you said, when you had that experience with the with the prostate, you decided to take action and actually change your habits. Because you can do two things. You can either go back to where you are or change. But if you go back to where you are, you pretty much you choosing death. It's like, and I didn't want to put my family through that, because my family, the people that surround me, that care about me, because everybody has always telling me, hey Joe, like you should like eat better. You should not eat so much sugar. You should not eat so much carbs. You should not eat that many things at night. You should like control yourself. But me, I was listening to them, but at the same time I wasn't. I was just like, I mean, why do I have to change who I am? Like, no, I want to just keep being myself. I want to just keep eating whenever I want. Like, keep like drinking so much sugar, eating so much carbs and stuff like that. But and then this happened, and it made me realize these people like actually really care about me, and it made me appreciate them more. It made me appreciate, like, man, maybe like I've like it made me realize how much support I have in my life. Not just family, but also friends. And it made me realize that I was throwing my life away, and I wasn't. So I didn't want that to happen. So it was a wake up call for sure. Like when I say it was a 360 change, I'm telling you it was, because in the past like 2 months, I've lost like 50 pounds. I used to be like 310, now I'm like 250 or something like that. Which it has helped me in multiple things. Yeah, like of course, like having to change that fast, like that, like like you're like whoa, like yeah, like I've been like it's not easy. Like it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of which I didn't have before. Like I didn't have I had a bad sleeping schedule. I used to, because what we do, we work at night pretty much. So we used to go to sleep probably like very late, wake up very late, and then all of our day was gone. Now since that happened, I've been waking up, like around 7:30, 8 a.m., which some for me that was impossible back then, because I used to wake up like noon or 3 p.m. Like it was really bad. So I'm glad that it happened, because otherwise I would not be here for many, for like I wouldn't make it to my 40s, because right now I'm 34. So yeah, I would have not been here, and so yeah, it's been hard. I've gone through a lot of stress, through this process, because now I'm like constantly thinking of, okay, I need to wake up at this time, and I need to eat healthy, and it's been hard sometimes. Sometimes I want to eat bad, but I'm like, okay, it's okay to eat bad, but not every day. Like if I want to have something that I used to have before, I'm gonna have it, but like in a small portion. So it's like it's just changing those habits of me waking up at 8 a.m., eating breakfast early, eating lunch at 1 p.m., and then my last meal is at 6 o'clock. So now I have a schedule, I have a routine that I follow every day, which in reality I love it, because it's like, oh, I have something to look forward to the next day. Like I have my life is more structured. It's different, and it has made it better. So So yeah, like when I tell you it changed my life completely, it did. But it was too fast though. But but now I'm thankful that it happened. I'm appreciative for the people around me, appreciative of life, and I just love my new schedule now. You know, where before I was like, I wake up whenever I want to, I go to sleep whenever I want to, I whenever I want to, I drink as many sodas as I want to, without realizing that was like affecting every area of my life. So yeah, it completely changed, transformed.
Yeah, the problem is that I think what I face, I think we all face this because like especially like the dance work because like we're dancing like DJ dance it's a nightlife. It's a nightlife for us. So how is it possible for us to go to bed like at 10 p.m. on a Friday and wake up at 7 a.m. on a Saturday? I mean, we're
Right,
not. I mean, that's
right.
weird. That's weird. So, but then again, it's not weird when the doctor calls us and tells us, "Hey, we only got like a couple minutes to live," then we all have to change our lives around. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
so this is the thing I struggle with, J and J. Check this out. My problem is that 2 a.m. comes, 2 a.m. comes, and all of a sudden I get this rush of loneliness, you know, and there I am. I can't sleep, and I can't go out. Like I said, 2 a.m. The dance place is closed. Who goes at 2 a.m.? Yeah, people have to wake up the next day for work. So there is me. I'm stuck on my laptop. I'm looking at YouTube or Netflix or reruns of Dallas or
Hmm.
all those Melrose Place, all those like those weird stuff old people look at. So and then I'm like, I'm not hungry, so I decide to make myself hungry, and this is bad. And my doctor, so check this out. So there I am. I eat those Nabisco stuff. I have to watch my salt level because my father. I have a history of high pressure. My father has a history of Alzheimer's and high blood pressure. And I'm not 18 anymore. But what can I do? I fall into like a little loneliness, depression. Like, oh God, let me just eat and eat and eat. And before you know, I drink Sprite and soda and all this stuff. Before you know, it's 3 o'clock, and I don't fall asleep. And it's bad because the next day I know it's bad because I feel dirty the next day. Like you feel like you didn't take a shower. That's because I took all that sugar in and whatever.
Yeah.
So this is what the doctor told me. Check this out. He said, Roswell, have you ever thought about just drinking water, a glass of water right before you go to bed? And that's it. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm cool man who loves the bachata. I don't do that stuff. He's like, look, you to be cool man who like love to hit the grave 6 feet under if you don't like change your habit.
Exactly.
So I started to do that. Just drink a glass of water. No, I still have a long way to go. So after I'm done with you guys, you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go curl up in my room, look at Netflix, do the soda, drink, and be like. But I started, but it's like you said, like Joe, like you said, both of you said, it takes a lot of discipline and obedience, and I'm bad at that. So he said, and this was my stomach doctor because I was getting acid digestion pain. He said, Roswell, just try to drink a cup of water. This is a secret. The reason you get that urge to eat and crave all that sugar stuff is because psychologically, here's where psychology comes in. Your mind is telling you that you're thirsty, but you don't know that you're thirsty. You think that you're hungry, but you're not. It's really thirsty. So to psych yourself out, the doctor said, drink a glass of water and go to bed. And then when you wake up, you're not gonna have that urge or whatever. I'm not saying to drink like gallons of water because you could suffocate yourself, and you can't do it every night. But if you do that after a while, you train yourself. It's like in psychology school they tell you about Pavlov, the dog that salivates. You heard about that, right? The conditioning psychology they called it. You know,
Yeah.
so you're conditioning your mind. So when your mind is saying you're thirsty, you really will begin feeling that urge to drink water,
Mm.
not anything else. I still got a long way to go because that takes a lot of power because it's hard to think about what my doctor says at 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. I'm like, oh God, there's no hot chicks or any chick with me tonight. It's just me and a bag of chips. you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how of what my doctor said. I keep thinking what he said. I'm like, oh God, it's Saturday night. I'll think about what he says Monday.
Yeah.
Then, Monday comes and I'm like, oh God. So I don't know. So I guess the point of this story, I don't even know what the point of the story is anymore. I'm so off the topic here now. No, I guess what I'm trying to say is that um uh, like when stuff happens to us, dancers, DJs, or what people in the dance world, that's when we begin to act and we begin to change and stuff. But we don't have to wait until we get that phone call from the doctor or whatever. We can just begin taking control of our behaviors and habits now. So I guess for all of those that are listening to me, I'm not a doctor, so I don't want Facebook to sue me and say that Dr. Roswell told you guys to do this. No, I'm not a doctor. This is just based on experience. Okay, drink some water late at night. If you get that urge for sugar and stuff, and you know you're not hungry, but remember, there's a little psychology involved. Drink that water a little bit, and then go sleep, and it's sort of like overnight it's telling your body that it's fulfilled and you ate something which you're not, and then the
Mhm.
next day, you feel, you know, it's, but I'm not. But before you do that, guys, please check with your doctor first, okay? Read
Yeah.
my list. Check with your doctor. I don't want to get any lawsuits. I got enough problems as it is. Okay,
Doctor.
but that is something that I do. It may not work for you guys, but it's something I do. But check with your doctor. Tell him I said check with him. But J and J,
Yeah.
how do you guys feel about that example? Do you think that's a weird example? Have you heard that before? Drink water when you get that urge to
No, I
eat
mean
food.
that's
Have you guys
actually
heard that before?
yeah, yeah, no, that's actually pretty accurate. I mean, that's based on what happened to my brother. I've also like started, we take started taking care of each other, and
Mm,
eating healthier and working out,
mm.
and yeah, I what I do before I go to bed, I drink like 2 glasses of water, and that's pretty much my dinner. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no, what you said is completely, it's true. Yeah, just drink of water or 2 glasses of water and go to bed. That's it. That's all you need.
Yes.
You don't need to eat a lot of, yeah, because like after we're done with the social, like at 2:30, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
You after all that dancing, you
You
get
wanna go eat?
you get hungry and you want to go,
Yeah.
and especially like fast food, it's like it just hits different, when after like a social, you're dancing, and it's like you crave like a juicy burger, greasy burger, or with some
Yeah.
fries and like a soda, but it's like you the oh the bad that you're doing to your health, it's just it's not worth it, it's not worth it, going
Yeah.
to the hospital, and just based on what happened to my brother, it's like, man, it's not really worth it. Like, yes, it's like you crave it, but at the same time, it's like, nah,
Yeah.
not worth it. So
Yeah, that's what I think when like situations like that happen. Like for example, after a social,
Mhm.
and this people say, hey, let's go eat. I'm like, no, no, I'm okay. Because it's like you said, like I filter everything now with, is it worth it? Is it worth to for me to eat that late? And through, because I'm like, I don't want to go back to the hospital. That's the one thing that I don't want to do. So he was with me at the hospital. He stayed with me for 3 nights. So he knows what I went through, and then I told him like, man, I don't want you to be here in this bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like now we have to like take care of ourselves. So
Mhm.
the water is one thing. Is very good to help like with sometimes with the anxiety of you wanting to eat something. So water kind of calms that. So like, yeah, after a class, for me, it's easy to just drink a bottle of water. It's no big deal, and then not eating anything. Just like I said, I have a schedule now. So my dinner. when it comes to the weekends, I try to do it. Maybe I try to finish eating like around later because during the week is 6:30 or 7.
Okay.
But during the weekends, since we have events and stuff like that,
Mhm.
I try to at least finish eating at 7 or 8. That way, like when I finish dancing, like I don't feel that crave to eat. And obviously, I drink a lot of water, especially at socials. Stay hydrated. Drink 3 glass of waters. That's gonna help you calm any anxiety that you get, and then that way you don't have to, you don't go to eat at a fast food or somewhere. Yeah. So I don't like right now. Like it's getting better. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit. Like at the beginning, it's hard. You're like, man, but I want to survive. My body's telling me, yeah, but it's like don't let your emotions win. You have to think first. You have to think, hey, do I need this right now? Like, nah, no, that's okay. So if you let that emotion take over you, oh yeah, you're gonna go to McDonald's or like Whataburger or like any other place that you can think of late night and eat. So yeah, water is very good. So I do agree with you on that. Drink a lot of water, especially on socials, and just having a schedule, which it just made it easy on me to not think of, okay, let's go eat somewhere. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I'll wake up and eat something when I wake up. So it helps a lot. So yeah, drink water. Yeah.
Yeah, they say somebody told me also to. I think my friends in Germany told me. Oh, my friends in Germany, they always tell me, um, like, oh, you Americans like always drink like liquid, like juice or water or stuff while you eat, and we Germans don't do that. I'm like, really? What if you choke? Well, he's like, well, you're not supposed to be talking while you're eating. That like a logic to everything. I wanted to strangle him. Like, oh, you know too much. Shut up. No, but he got a good point when you think about it. I mean, like, because I think if you drink like liquid while you're eating, it's not really digesting.
Right.
And I used to do that back in the days, and then I used to like bloat, and I didn't think about that. So, and then somebody in my family said they were in the medical field. They said best. They said you're supposed to drink water. Here I go again with the water stuff. Before you eat,
Before.
not during you eat or after you eat. I didn't know that until I did a lot of stuff I didn't know until you see this bachata stuff saved me not only from like a broken
Yeah.
heart, but it saved me health wise because I before I started to dance and stuff, I was like, whatever. If I'm thirsty, I'm drinking.
Yeah.
But it's you. So you drink. Now I learned drink water before you go to bed. To psych yourself out. And before you eat meal like big meal, lunch or dinner, you drink a glass of water or you drink a liquid before you eat, not while you're eating, because it's not going to digest. You
Mhm.
know. And I noticed that because sometimes I don't follow that rules, and before I go dance, I begin to burp or all of a sudden, and that's a sign that I'm not following directions when I eat. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, I got a long way to go. So but that's just something about the water. I just wanted to share with everyone, and what you guys said also. Drink
Mm.
water before you go to bed. Not too much. You don't want to drown.
Oh no.
That can, but then again, you don't want to. And drink water before you go eat.
Yes.
How does that sound?
Sounds good.
I mean, yeah, we're doing it. So,
Yeah.
That's good. We should write a book, man. We should write a book and yeah, I'm not thinking about it. It's 3 of us. We should publish a book and be like tips for dancers on how they can stay non-dehydrated at 2 a.m. in the morning.
right.
That would be awesome. Facebook would love that. No, but seriously. Okay. Okay. I know it's getting late. Then it's 11 o'clock here, and so 10 o'clock there. Okay.
Yeah.
Events. Okay. Events. What are some events that you guys would love to share with the dance world and let them know what's coming up?
All right, that moment have arrived.
The moment of truth.
So yes, so thank you for allowing us to share our events to the public. Uh, So we got going on this Friday. We got Salson
Come,
Halloween.
come together, come together, come
Oh,
together.
I'm sorry. I'm out of
I
frame. My
want all
bad.
these hot chicks from New York to see you guys. Come on. I'm sorry. I know the camera is this small. Go ahead, talk, so we can
Okay,
download
so
the see on camera. Go ahead.
There you
yeah,
go.
so this Friday we got Salson Halloween night. At Dallas Dance Studio, and yeah, in Dallas. So we got that event going on this month for Halloween night, as well as we have Latin night the following Friday. So the every second Friday of the month we do Salson. This time, obviously, the theme is Halloween because October is Halloween, and then that's gonna be in Dallas Dance Studio. The every third Friday and first. We didn't have an event this first Friday because we had our good friend of ours got married, so we went to to their wedding, so we didn't have a Latin night, but we have events pretty much in Denton every first Friday and third Friday of the month. Latin night at Taco H in Denton, downtown Denton. And since we didn't have it on the first Friday of the month, we're gonna have it on the fourth Friday of the month. So we're gonna have the third and fourth. The fourth is gonna be obviously Halloween night.
Mhm.
So yeah, if you like Halloween, come and check us out. And first this Friday, and then the last Friday of the month in Denton, Texas, we're gonna be there. He's gonna be DJing. You know, I'm gonna be teaching a class. So that's as far as what we got going on for this month. So you want to add something?
No, I mean, just come out. It's gonna be this Friday. It's gonna be really awesome. We have my brother's gonna do the class. We have dance shows. Timba Tumbao, Dallas. World Salsa Champion Carlos Cortez also gonna be doing a show. And
Yeah.
yeah, come dress up. Come in your costumes. There's gonna be also giveaways to Tito Puente Jr. concert, which is going to be October 19th. So we're gonna be doing giveaways for the best costume, and yeah, it's gonna be a awesome night.
How do they enter the giveaway?
So the giveaway is just follow Salson social on Instagram, and you'll see there a post about it. Just like it, share it, comment, tag your friends for you to win a ticket for the concert October 19th. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Also, there's gonna be a photo booth there, so for you to take pictures with your whoever you go with, your friends
Your
and
costume?
costumes. So yeah, come out, have fun, dance.
Can you share that on our website, please? Because my memory is not so good.
Yes,
Can you share it on the website so everyone knows that link and everything?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
please
So yeah, I will
share that.
share it to the cool folks who love bachata, love to bachata. I will share that tomorrow. So stay tuned for that event, and then once it's out there, just share it and share it with your peoples, and then let's have fun on Friday.
I missed Halloween in Texas. Texas. You know, last year I came. Last 2 years I was in Halloween. I celebrated Halloween in Texas. J- Jorge or Elizondo. I was there.
Oh
Dallas.
yes,
Yeah, I was there. And last year I came. I showed up. And then the year before I was there.
yeah. So actually, so
Elizondo,
that
that
one,
thing-
so yeah,
yeah,
so that one is going to be in 2 weeks. The Dallas Bachata Festival. That's gonna be in 2 weeks. It's gonna be we're gonna be performing. There's gonna be great artists, dancers, workshops. It's gonna be a Halloween party too. So yeah, also check that out in Dallas, Dallas Bachata Festival.
Yep.
I want to come so badly this year. This year I can't. I just started my second job, and plus I take my mom is with me. I take care of her, and
Yes.
it's so. Plus I'm planning to come back down south, in a few weeks. So, but I missed that. I missed Halloween and you know,
Yeah,
you
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Dallas, especially Dallas. But but oh my God, 11, 12. Oh my God. Okay. I love. I think see. Hell with social media. If I want to talk to you guys all morning, well, so it be. Anyway, hell with what they say. I'm gonna get yelled at tomorrow morning again for go over in an hour. I've been doing this for almost a year now, so what the heck.
Yeah.
Anyway, I enjoyed talking to both of you. Okay,
Yes, it was fun.
it was a
Likewise.
pleasure. Oh yeah, yeah, it was a pleasure. It was a joy. It was a learning experience. Thank you for all your comments you gave. The children and how organized getting better organized stuff, and talked about the discussion on medical stuff and
Yeah.
events and water. So everyone's. So check this out, guys. Now, all cool folks who love the bachata members are going to be drinking water now from every. They'll be like, "Oh, Roswell said." Okay, not
Yes.
Roswell said. Roswell and J&J. Okay. Yeah. No, but well, thank you guys, and I invite you guys to come up to New York City whenever you guys want to. And even if I'm not here, let me know because I would like to introduce you to some, you know, New Yorkers, in the dance world, and maybe you can
Yeah.
do some work with them, teach with them, partner up with them, Um, and if you guys are in the South this winter, um, I plan to be down south from Thanksgiving
Okay.
until the winter, Florida and Georgia primarily, and then come back up here when it's warm. So then all of these famous stalkers, crazy people that are listening to me talk, they're going to be following me. And I got good. I know. These crazy people are going to be following me down south. Anyway, but seriously, when you guys are down south, let me know. It would be nice to see you. If I plan to, I haven't been back to Austin. I haven't been to Texas since last summer, and I'm way overdue. Every time we keep saying I'm going to come back to Texas to visit Dallas, and when I come, I do like a three trip. I go to Dallas, Houston, and Austin. Like I just do like a round
Yeah.
thing. I'm thinking about maybe before the year's up. I don't let's see how things go. With family and whatever. But
Yeah,
but
let
there's
us
a
know when you're down here. Let us know for sure.
yeah, definitely. I come to your event and stuff, and I wanna say hi to Jay and Marlon and
Yeah.
everyone else, and but it was a pleasure speaking with you guys, and thank you. And please
Thank you.
continue to share your events. You know that. Continue to share your events and
Right.
whatever you think is appropriate. That could help the dance world and stuff. Just
Sure.
continue doing what you're doing, what you've been doing, and I appreciate it. How would you guys like to end this? What are some last final words you guys would like to say before we sign off?
Well, first of all, thank you, Roswell, for having us.
Yes.
Thank you for, do what you do. Keep doing interviews like that because this help, like you say, might help somebody who needs to hear something that we say, we talk about. This also helps the community, stay together. So you're you're one example of growing community and supporting each other and stuff like that. So keep doing what you're doing. Drink your water. And yeah, let's keep spreading the love for dance. Let's keep dancing bachata. Let's keep dancing salsa. And it was we have fun. So yeah, thank you for everything. And hope hope to be in New York one day. We not one day, but I want to go. I want to go
Yeah.
to the Big uh, New York in the Big Apple. I know it's a salsa, but hey, or bachata, just let us know. We'll keep posting our events on your Facebook page. Thank you for having that platform
Yes.
for people to plug in their events there. So yeah, tomorrow I'll post the our event for this Friday. So hope to see you guys there, whoever is in Dallas area. And then anytime you want to come here, just let us know. We would love to. I haven't met you in person, so I would like to meet you in person. He met you already,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I've seen you, but when I saw you, I didn't know who you were, and I apologize for that. But I have seen you.
Oh,
I
you
think,
did? You
yeah, I
saw me
think
there walking around
it
Dallas?
was no, it was in Houston Sensual. I think you were there,
Yes, yes.
and I was like I
He's
didn't know who you
crazy.
were. I didn't know your face. But
Yeah,
that's all. I was like, oh, I mean, I don't know. I just because since I didn't know you, I didn't say hi.
I
But
know. I'm sorry.
no, no, don't
No,
be sorry. I feel sorry for not saying anything. So next time I see you in an event, I will for sure say hi to you. So again,
Yeah,
yeah,
thank you for having
I
us,
might
man.
shave this time. I'm like 6 months overdue, so I'm trying to look sexy.
Oh, yeah.
They say the older you get, you should put a lot of hair on your face because that makes you look sexy. Doesn't make me look sexy. It makes me look nasty. I'm scratching
oh,
and itching and what? I gotta shave, bro. I'm
yeah,
getting dirty. You know what? I'm surprised the mailman didn't run me over with the mailbox.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this is scary looking. You know, like most
look
most
good.
men, they
You
groom
have
it
to
and clip. I don't have time to do grooming and clipping. Now look at it, it's going like look like fungus on top of fungus.
You like a clean shaved better.
Yeah, I don't have time to keep it up. So I'm gonna like, so when you guys see me, I'm gonna, you know,
Yeah,
You're
take
gonna
it
be
all off.
10 years younger, man.
yeah.
Yeah, 10 years younger. Yeah.
No,
I
yeah. Thanks, Roswell,
yeah,
for having us. And then, yeah, I mean, just go and if you haven't already, go follow, go like his page, join the group. Cool folks who love to bachata. There's great things that Roswell's doing, and just keep keeping you updated with what's going on in the dance scene around the world, pretty much. So, and then also go follow our social media, Salsa with Joe, Facebook, Instagram at Salsa with Joe, to keep up with everything we got going on here in North Texas,
TikTok.
Dallas, Denton, TikTok, YouTube, and all that good stuff. So yeah, thanks for having us, Roswell. This was great, and we hope to see you soon, and talk to you in person. And just keep doing what you're doing, man. This is great. This is awesome.
thank you guys. Lots of love to both of you. Okay, and have a good night. Thank you so much. Peace out.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.